In Paraguay, the military service is mandatory, which means that all Paraguayan men between the ages of 18 and 24 must perform military service. However, the requirements are also of easy way to evade the military service. For example, you need first to be, of course, a natural Paraguayan, have the age between 18 and 94, and accredit good conduct. You also have to possess certificate of physical health. You have to be single in terms of civil status, and you have to not be affiliated with any political parties. Hypothetically, if all these requirements cannot be met, Paraguayan youth have the option of conscientious objection, which basically means that where instead of going 1 month and perform exercises and following orders, you can choose to perform civil social services or pay a fine around 70 or 65 American dollars. And the military service is obligatory and the objection is not. And the objection exists for those who find the military service a threat to their beliefs, to their ethical, moral, and religious beliefs. This type of law are very soft, and if you don't have fear and you don't follow any of these previous steps, neither the military service nor conscientious objection or nor fine, control is almost non-existent, and there are not consequences if you don't pay any fine. The debate and subsequent implementation of this law was reborn in 2018 within the political campaign of the now president of Paraguay. A campaign that claimed that all Paraguayan young men needed to learn about respect and obedience or discipline through military service, which awakened the dormant nationalistic spirit of adult Paraguayan men who in their past had this experience of the military service, and who believe also that this fusion between servility and authoritarianism is necessary for the good of the development of the Paraguayan male population. Comparing with Europe now, NATO countries vary greatly with this conscription system. For example, NATO countries have very different conscription system comparing with Russia, for example. In general, NATO countries has moved toward professional armies and have either abolished conscription or have reduced the length and the scope of the mandatory military service. To give an example, in United States, there is no mandatory military service, but in case of national emergency, there can exist this draft. The draft can be implemented and with the previous approval of the Congress. Also in Canada, where the military service has been abolished many years ago, and the military service has been totally voluntary since the end of conscription in the 1960s. In United Kingdom also the conscription was abolished, and the military service is made up of professional soldiers who has chosen this profession to join the army totally freely. On the other hand, other NATO countries such as Turkey and Greece still have the mandatory service in place, the mandatory conscription system in place, but the length of service and the age which is necessary or required can vary greatly. In many international news portals, there is a very popular topic now, and it's about the new president of Czech Republic, Petr Pavel, which in the past was a military, and now the people of this country are afraid of a possible restitution of the mandatory military service. Mostly because of the influence of the media, and also because of the fear of Czech people to be drawn on or involved in the current war between Ukraine and Russia. He wasn't silent about this topic, and he said that these ideas about him, it's an abuse of fear for political gain. And some web portals back these allegations and try to inform that the president has no power by law, and any other president has the power to declare mobilization. Changing a bit the topic, but not going so far, let's put this country as an example of a possible war. For example, if you are a resident, if you are a Czech, and if you are a resident of any other country, for example Paraguay, you still have to come back and fight for your country in case of war. But of course, other European countries has other type of policies, and if you are not a resident of your home country in Europe, you don't need to be involved in possible war. Paraguay has a mandatory military service for all men between the ages of 18 to 24, but there are options if you want to do this service, such as the conscientious objection. The country is considered a safe risk area for military conflict, therefore is considered also safer for those who are thinking about moving here. In this matter, if you would like to get your temporary residency in Paraguay, please feel free to reach out to us, and it will be our pleasure to help you. Thank you.
Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'm uploading new videos on digital nomad locations, travel updates, and investment advice several times a week right now. And if you got some more time left, check out these videos. Thank you for watching.